5.
Yeah,
Oh man, I
recording.
hope I can do it. Okay, we're recording?
Yeah.
I'll get it started then. So I want to praise Sam for his tireless efforts getting all our systems working so we can vote and make everything work. I want to praise Zepp and Tam and Dan for getting the TECH burn vote out. It was super cool to see that on chain. Praise Ivy for all the incredible work she does behind the scenes to make us all look so good. Praise Rochelle and Bowen for helping to make sure all the payments go out on Giveth. Silent heroes, all three of them. And praise Tam for incredible stewardship of the stewards. The retrospective today was so cool and fun, and I was so proud to see other people like enjoy it, and I feel like it sets the tone. I also want to praise Pedro and Fabio and Vitor and Nuggin and Mitch and Marco and the whole Params team for getting to a huge milestone today that I can't wait to show you all. And with that, I'll pass it to Acid Laser.
That's great. Well, I would like to praise Ivy and David for their commitment and responsibility at Twitter, Chewy for his amazing leadership, Moldmano for his participation at different working groups, Septimus for being so helpful these last days for the comms team, and Rochelle for all the work she does behind the scenes. And I pass it to Eduardo.
Thank you. I want to dish praise to Ivy for helping with the swag token to builders. I want to dish praise to Jean for helping with the outreach to the 75% give back. I want to dish praise to Livy and Juanca for taking the time to make the proposal better and understandable for everyone. I want to dish praise Tam for helping with the message and the coordination for the 75% give back outreach. I want to dish praise to Nate for always keeping in mind the highlights and always keeping in mind how we can improve the EC Lounge. And I want to dish praise to Suga for always being present, no matter what. And I will pass it on to Nate.
Thank you, Eduardo. I want to praise Tam for an awesome retrospective today. I want to praise Katie, even though she's leaving us for a little bit for personal matters. She's just a huge contributor to this community, and we'll miss her deeply. I want to praise Livy for all the work she does in SoftGov and preparing us for the votes that we do have. And I want to praise Santi for all the work he does with the TEC Legal, which is kind of phasing out, but we want you to stick around, Santi. I want to praise Wonka for all the work in Graviton. Graviton training has been amazing. I want to praise Eduardo for TEC Scouts and TEC Lounge. And then I kind of want to just praise the entire Params team. I know there's a lot of people that work on it, and all of you deserve praise. And I'll pass it on to Wonka.
Thanks, Nate. I would like to praise Livy for all the work that she does in the community. I want to praise Aloysius and Ryder because they are two new contributors in the community that come from other community that are really great. I want to praise Acid Laser for helping with the infographics and all the communication designs. I want to praise Septi and Ivy because they are always really supportive for everything. I want to praise Tam for being always like a cold mind in the community. And Nate and Anna Marie for their next Graviton session that will be next week, and I will pass to Lauren.
Oh, hi. Okay, great. I want to praise Sam for supporting us in getting all of the voting, the DAO voting stuff working. And I want to praise Wonka for the gravity training. It was a super full house, so it's like people are loving that. It's great. I want to praise Aloysius also for inviting a ton of her friends to the gravity training. It was really cool going around the circle and just like hearing all these people like, I'm friends with Aloysius. It's been great. That's so cool. You brought so many people in. And I want to praise David for creating that Twitter analytics overview that I only got to hear about like async from Griff about how cool it was, and also just agreeing to meet and sync with me so that we can make Giveth Twitter and TC Twitter and just get Twitter better. And I'll pass it to Zepti.
Oh, thanks, Lauren. I want to give praise to Juan for the nonviolent communication book club. I want to give praise to Sean because he's always recording their calls, and he always put a description, so it makes so easy to publish the video. And I also want to give praise to the whole Twitter crew, so Acid Laser, David, Chui, and Ivy, because even if we're in a hurry, they just, they are there, and they're so supportive and so cool. And I also want to give praise to Tam, Dan, Griff, and Sam for pushing on the first HatchDAO vote. And I also want to give praise to Libby, soft go. Oh, and I'll pass it to Nagan.
Hey guys, no, I wanna praise the whole Params group, Griff, Lauren, Mount Manu for the testing, Vitor, Pedro, Fabio, and Mitch. Then I also want to praise the people at Rewards Group, Christopher, Rudolph, Livia, Mitch, and I'm missing some, but I didn't have a list right now here, but everybody is doing great work there. And then I want to praise Chewy, Sam, Metaverde, David, Juanca, and Zepti for the great conversation after the Common Swarm call this Monday. And I'll pass it to Nate, I think.
I will pass it to Aloysius.
Gives praise to Ryder and Magwalk, some community members that have stepped up and taken on some of the gravity training. It's awesome to have a bunch of people from one community there. That feels really good. I want to praise Zeptimus for their mentorship that I see through the forums. Same goes for Juan. I want to just praise Pam for holding space recently for me. I want to just praise to Lauren for noticing and saying something in front. It was awesome. Feel witnessed in that. And I just want to just praise to everybody who's here on these calls that keep showing up. It's amazing. I have no idea who to pass it to y'all.
Okay, I'll pass it for you. Let's throw it to Chewy.
Okay, I was still like halfway, but I'll improvise. Okay, I want to praise Sam for her leadership as the Steward mothership. I want to praise Mount Manu for his irreplaceable support. It's just it's thank you, Manu. Thank you, double praise. I want to praise Juanca for all of the work around gravity. I want to praise Durgadas for all of his guidance and for taking the time to have a one-on-one call and just throw a bunch of tips for us for improvement. I want to praise the Params team for working super hard and reaching all of their short-term goals. I want to praise David. Oh, my time is done. Okay, Twitter team, thank you. I'll pass it to Santi and I'll type in the rest in the praise room.
Thank you, Chewy. I want to give praise to Katie for having to step down for a while, but for all the amazing work that she's been doing. I want to give praise YGG for all his work on the labs. I want to give praise Sam for doing all the technical needs we needed for the boat. I want to give praise Tam, Griff, Lauren, Libby, Juan Carlos for his gravity course, and Nate, Libby, I already said that, and Zepti for recording and always being there, and I think I'm not missing anyone, and of course all the Params team. And I'll pass it to YGG.
Thanks, Santi. I want to praise Santi for his work on the legal. I want to praise Zeptimus for always recording the videos and just always being there and forum posts and everything he does. Praise Vitor for incredible work on Params. Praise Tam for always having just good wisdom available and having a very human element, but also being sort of master of systems. And I want to praise Nuggin for always being very supportive in the labs and bringing a lot of participation and contribution to the labs. Praise Nate for always being on point with the Spotlight, TEC Spotlight. I think it's one of the best things that's happening in the whole ecosystem. I want to praise Jagad for bringing a very professional HR perspective to the DAO ecosystem. And I had a few more, but that's my time. I'll pass over to Durgadas.
I don't know what we're doing.
Praise.
Also, I just woke up, so somebody else needs to go.
Sure, I can. Sure, I can pass it for you. Let's throw it to Vitor.
Yeah, I want to praise, of course, the whole Params team. So Pedro, Fabio, Megan, Marco, Mitch, everyone that's in there, Griff as well, and for the amazing work. And I think I'll stick with the Params working group because I haven't much contact with the other ones, but all the other ones as well. People are doing amazing work. And I'll pass to Fab. Oh, sorry, Pedro.
Hey guys, so I want to praise the whole Parameter team for their support and development on the app. The issues that Mitch created, the work that Fabio and Vitor did on the back end and the front end, respectively, the support from Griff, and his cheerleader skills, and I think that is it. I will pass to Tam.
Cool, sure. I'd like to praise Katie first for having brought so much of herself and left such a impression in TEC. I think we've benefited a lot from her participating. For Shell and Ivy for all the background support. Ivy again for being so meticulous and just nailing every detail. Durgadas, I appreciate you so much, and you have turned my mind on Kinfin. It is something I keep going back to again and again now. Nate for taking on the bi-weekly blog post. Manu for taking on the weekly updates. Mitch for raising the concerns you see and asking hard questions and putting us up against a wall a little bit sometimes. Eduardo, Jean, comms team for getting up so well on the 75% governance. Christopher, who brings product management on the reward system to another level. Vive for always having such great ideas. You're such an asset to this community, and I'll pass back to Greg.
Let's toss it to David.
Yeah, sure. Hey, everybody. I'll praise Chewy for being an amazing leader and very supportive in the comms group. Praise Ivy for feedback and support in the comms group. Want to praise Livy for reaching out about Twitter and feelings and vibes and tones, and always in search of that perfect wave. We won't stop till we find it. And Tam reaching out to discuss Comunitas. Thank you. I look forward to that discussion very much. Although I think the meetings are so early, they're a bit scary. And Lauren, thanks for reaching out. Oh, is that a timer? Did I hear that? Okay. Oh, shit. A minute, sit. Pass it to Eduardo.
Oh, Eduardo went first. Let's throw it to Andre J.
Finish my list.
Hey, you meant me, right? Sorry.
Yeah.
Cool. Hey, I'm Andre. I'm just here as a guest, so I've never been at TEC, but I'm gonna go with the flow. I kind of only know the three of you, so I know Griff, Tamara, and Manu, and I want to give praise to all of you three. Manu was really helpful and excited about stuff that I was working on, and over the last couple of days, or like since last week, connected me to a bunch of people, which was super cool and interesting. Tamara was also meeting you in Paris and having an amazing conversation as well, which was super enjoyable. And also thanks for the kindness and kind words on the presentation. And Griff, I also met you really briefly, and I was actually very surprised that you knew me, because I also knew you, but we haven't really had any direct contact so far, but it was also a huge pleasure to meet you. Yeah, thank you so much for inviting me here. and I'm curious to meet more of you.
Yeah, man. I can pass it for you. Throw it to Bianca. And thanks for coming.
Hi, everybody. I want to praise for everyone that's here in this call, and I want to praise for everyone that is been responding my message with all my questions, and I want to praise for Huang K for the gravity training, and for Libby that she's Brazilian. We've been talking in Portuguese. It's been so awesome. And I want to pass to maybe acid laser. Thank you.
No, it's okay. Well, it's hard because now we're getting down to the last few people. Let's start to Livia.
Thanks. Welcome, Bianca. Good to see you here. I want to praise Katie for being so amazing in everything she does and for taking time for herself. We'll miss you. Praise Chewy for quickly offering to find a designer for the visuals of the decision-making process. Praise Sam for putting a lot of care and attention to the 75 Gov give back proposal. Praise Ryder for her commitment and interest in the ways she is getting involved. Praise Mitch for offering support with the reward systems, Christopher for being such an amazing product owner, YGG and Angela for the collaborations happening in the reward systems research group, praise Juanca for the amazing work with the Graviton training, David for the incredible work he's been doing on Twitter and just for the high vibes always, Nugget for the valuable inputs he's been bringing, and had more. Okay, pass to, I'll pass back to you, Griff.
Yeah, I can take it from you. Oh, can you hear me? Oh no, Discord froze. Can you pass it to Donata? Oh, it works again. Donata.
I still hear you.
Sorry, my Discord froze. Donata, are you there?
Hi. Yeah, my name is Dan. I'm new to the group here. I don't know if you can hear me. My video's not up yet, but oh wait, I have to allow here. Just getting.
Oh yeah, but we hear you.
Okay, great. Well, I'm just getting engaged in the community, and it seems like I praise all the praising because this is really sounds like a cool group of people. I'm new to the space, and I'm deeply engaged in token and community kind of tokenomics, and I'm very interested in what you guys are doing. So thanks for inviting me. I'm at Griff just this weekend, so I'm only getting engaged.
Thanks, Donata. Good to see you here. I'll throw it to Yanesi.
Well, I praise everyone who is here that are doing an amazing work together. So that would be my praise. So thank you for being here and for the amazing job you're doing right now. So clapping. Thank you. I don't know who else.
No, I can pass it for you. Jugad, I believe, is the last one.
Yeah, I just want to thank Griff for always bringing energy to these sessions. This is just my second, and I see that this is a very happy, kind of energetic community. And so thanks for that. Thanks to all of you. I want to thank YGG for making sure that I'm a part of these sessions. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it.
Perfect. So let me share a screen and we can get this party started. Thank you guys so much for the great praise. It always feels so good. This is our 51st community call. One more week, it'll be a year. How cool is that? If you guys love praise, like I know I love praise, you can praise all the time. Like, oh man, we just reduced it to 45 seconds so we have more time for the spotlight. But you can go into the praise Discord channel and just go to town, praise everybody that you could think of. We all love it. Everyone loves the acknowledgement, so don't be shy. And if you don't have praise powers, feel free to ask any steward or anyone you know, and we can make sure you get the praise powers to participate. We raised $1.5 million. Don't forget about that. That's cool. Also, we have this gravity type form. So this month, only 2 gravity forms were filled out this month, which is really sad because it's a really great way for us, for the gravity team, to know what's working, what's not working, and if there's any issues and relationship issues within the community. So don't be shy. Help us out with the gravity type form and tell us about anything that's going on. Also, we use advice process to keep the community flowing and the decentralized decision-making processes working. So it's really important that if you ever are working on a project and you feel like you need to make a big decision that will affect a lot of people, before making the decision, go and talk to the people who will be affected by it, and to go and talk to the people who you think might be experts on the topic and get their advice. Once you have those 2 pieces in place, then you'll have all of the evidence that you need to make the right decision. And sometimes they contradict, but guess what? You'll know why they already say these things, so you'll be able to tell them why you're making the decision that you're making. That's very well informed. It's always a critical piece. One more thing that I want to add is our mission. So I'm going to read our mission today, and maybe the values and other things other days. But our mission, because a lot of people here are new to the TEC, our mission in the TEC is to become a Schelling point for the token engineering community. Our economic layer will fund projects that discover, develop, and proliferate the best practices for engineering safe, tokenized economies, while also aligning our collective interests with individual benefit for token holders. Our social layer is even more important than the economic layer because it will unite the token engineering field around the ethical principles, standards, and tools and methodologies that emerge as this nascent field advances. So that's our mission, guys. And it's all done through working groups, through our swarming. And so, of course, I have to start with the steward of stewards, Tam, to talk about the Community Stewards Working Group.
Cool. So, hey everyone. I got my shirt today, finally. I don't know if everyone can see the Hatcher t-shirt, but I was so excited to receive it today. There was a shortage of women's size medium, but so it took a while, but it's finally here. So this is the timeline that we have, and maybe I'll even share screen because it's a little easier to see on the Miro board. We are ending Sprint 18 now. But here's where everyone can come and see what each working group will be working on, sprint by sprint, and also what hatchers, what actions there are for hatchers to do. So participating in advice forums or voting is all going to be kept here in this timeline. Sprint 18 is ending it has ended, really it ends tomorrow. And we will be planning Sprint 19. So this is our sprint board. This is what it looks like. I really encourage everyone to jump in and comment on an issue, look around, open an issue if you feel so inclined. And then maybe can we jump to the next slide? All right, cool. So at the end of every sprint, we do a retrospective. And the idea of doing the retrospective is, learning from empiricism, right? What worked, what didn't work, what we can do better, inspecting our own actions, the actions of our working groups and our community. And in our retrospective today, we will bring in to the next sprint, evolution of this community call. How can we make it better for the community? We have a lot of praise, which is amazing. We run out of time sometimes at the end, so it'll be something that we focus on this next sprint. I also want to say that we can celebrate the very first vote on the Hatch DAO happens. It's happening right now, actually. And it's done. We're officially voting on the Hatch DAO. It was a pretty non-contentious vote, which passed with 100% on our signaling voting on snapshots. It is to restore access to people who've lost access to their addresses. So essentially to burn tokens and mint them to the new addresses that were requested. We do need people to vote because we need to hit this 8% approval. So if you have a moment, I will drop the link in this slide and you can go vote. What's on the stewards' minds this week? We talked about the MVV and really having it really close and near and dear to our heart, and remembering what we are doing this for, to be a Schelling point for token engineers. We talked about Medium as a channel and how we can reimagine how we're using Medium. We talked about the structure of this call a lot. We talked a little bit about the 75% governance vote and how there was some confusion around it, and how we can actually make it more clear and more clear for everybody. We have a lot of new projects spinning up. There's Mitch in Treasury Management, Nate's focusing on Medium as a communication channel, Vive is nailing the onboarding journey for Discord, Mount Manu is taking initiatives in so many different ways, but I'm super excited about his reaching out to Andre with Deep Work Studio. It was one of my favorite talks at the ETHCC. So there's a lot of things, there's a lot of new projects spinning up, which is really very cool. And I'm going to end with a call for help. Comunitas needs some people to help with onboarding, help with outreach and outreach to hatchers and outreach to other communities, TE Scouts. So if you could reach out to Eduardo or myself, if you're interested in helping Comunitas and grow the community and take care of the community, that would be amazing. And then the next links are just the link to the mission, vision, value, if you want to go back and revisit it, and the which is right here on our Gitbook page, and the visual explainers also on our Gitbook page, and a link to the forum. And with that, I will pass to the legal working group and Santi.
Thank you, Tam. All right, we are the legal working group are solely focused on the terms and conditions for the bonding code of usage. We started on the last spring. We had some contributions from some of you. I want to give thanks to Nagan for all his contributions after reading the document. There was a little miss or confusion because I posted an initial document and that's not the correct one. If you want to work on the document that we are actually using, just go to the link you can find on the agenda, on the legal working group agenda. That's the correct one. You will realize because the old one has a red title saying that this is not a valid document. We are meeting again tomorrow. We are going to be brainstorming through the document and probably we'll take another round to finish it. But we're pretty advanced, and we hope to get any feedback that any of you may want to introduce, or even if you want to join us tomorrow at 4 p.m. European time, you're more than welcome. So with that, I'll pass it to Juan Carlos.
Thank you, Santi. The Graviton training is ongoing. We are currently going to start our third session, so everyone is invited and you are not too late to join. And also today we are going to start the NBC Book Club. We are going to be reading Nonviolent Communication by Marshall Rosenberg. And why we're doing this? Because conflict management is not to act when conflict arises, but it's very important to prevent conflict. And one way to prevent conflict is to have mindful communication, not only for expressing, but also for receiving what others have to say. So yes, today we are going to have the first chapter. I am going to be leading it, but the idea is to have like rotative leaderships for this book club, and everyone is invited. You know that if you would like to have support from people in the community in any issue, you can request support through the Gravity Type form. And there are a lot of things happening in our working group, so everyone is invited to join the Graviton trainings. And the book club, also we will be having the TEC lounges on Friday, 1 hour before TE Labs, and the idea of this space is to strengthen the relationships as a community. I will pass to Softcop.
Thanks, Juan. So I'll try to be brief today, but just starting with the call for some questions. So we received this feedback in the last soft. There are a lot of people joining, and it would be great to have a moment to address all of the questions. So please take some time, go to the SoftGov channel, drop your questions there. There are no wrong questions. Like, all of them will be very welcome, and it will be great for us even to understand better as we address things, what needs more work, especially around decision making. It seems that it's been a challenging process now that we are integrating so many tools, and that there are actual, like, so many votings going on or about to go on. So jump in there. And then the reward systems task force is going on full power. We're going to meet tomorrow at 4 p.m. Europe time. And Mitch put up this great roadmap to the first quant. So what are the steps that we need to do to get there? And there's a lot of comments in here. Everyone is welcome to add topics, questions, comments. And something that we've been looking forward is to kind of shift a little bit the way we praise. And I know this is going to be difficult because we are so used to doing praise in a specific way for a long time. So now that we are integrating these other systems, we won't need to praise many things like meetings, like Twitter contributions, like some of the things that happen on Discord or on the forum. And we're gonna get more details about like what exactly is being rewarded by other systems, but just for us to slowly shift the focus of our praises to more subjective contributions. And they are like things that are qualitative, like things that you like about other people, that you feel grateful, and that it would be really hard to grab in an automated system. So another point is, let's be descriptive about our praise. So avoiding like always, ever, avoiding more open words and trying to be more descriptive, as if the people that is reading the person that is reading the praise didn't know what you were talking about. So as we want to welcome more quantifiers, and some of these quantifiers might be people that are new to the community, and we also want to take the name out of the praise when we are quantifying, so you won't know who are you quantifying for. So being very descriptive about what you're praising will be very, very helpful. And then the 75% governance give back voting closed on Monday, and we had 76 voters. This is an incredible number. It's really, really amazing, the engagement that we have in the community. And thank you everyone for voting, and special thanks to Eduardo that led this group to reach out to a lot of people that that had the chance to look at the proposal and cast their vote. And then the next steps for this proposal is that the Commons Forum will start developing a solution for the governance give back, so that there will be a couple more voting processes in this proposal. But once the Commons Forum develops a solution, this will be proposed to the Hatch DAO, and then if it passes, it will be integrated into the Commons upgrade. And then the next vote will happen just in the future for conviction voting to get the funding for what was needed for the development of this proposal. And yeah, that's it. I forgot to say that we meet every Tuesday at 1 p.m. East Coast time, 7 p.m. Europe time, and I hope to see everybody there. And with that, I'll pass to Eduardo with Comunitas.
Thank you, Livy. Hello, everyone. So Comunitas, it's a working group dedicated for the community, and all the efforts are driving there. So we have a bunch of calls. We have the weekly thing that happens on Tuesdays, 2 p.m. CET. We have the orientation call, which probably many of you attended to when you entered the space, and it's at 6 p.m. CET every Wednesday. And then we have the TEC Lounge, which is Friday, 5 p.m. The TEC Lounge is a space that I encourage everyone to participate. It's a hangout, non-related to work space. And the idea of the TEC Lounge is that we connect with each other. And the last Friday, we found out that A Man with Wings and Bye Bye V live next to each other in India. So, these kind of things are crazy, and these kind of things can happen if we sort of connect with each other. And this is one of the ideas of the TEC Lounge. And I hope to see everyone there. Also on updates for this working group on this week, we are working on a new contributor dashboard. This is an idea that came from Nick. Thank you so much. And Manu, they are building up this proposal, and hopefully it will be moved on to a buy process. Also, we are going to ask for a buy process for Anna Marie Potts' idea. It's an idea of when someone enter to the DEC and we have aligned values with other new members, we can create pods or spaces where these new members can make their way to the contributor section or to the working groups, and they can contribute to the DEC space. We are also doing the orientation every time. We are trying to encourage to promote it more, because then more people joins. And then, for example, last call, Nate also joined, Manu also joined. And it's very nice to see new people and to see the other stewards also welcoming them. I want to personally thank everyone who voted on the 75 governance proposal. We did an outreach and it was quite successful. And I want to thank everyone who voted and took the time to help with this outreach. Also, we do TEC Lounge, which is basically outreaching other communities. So if you know any other community that you think it's value aligned with us, please reach me out or to Shui, who is also in charge of that, so we can connect with our community and probably foster a bridge in between communities. And if you are interested on community building, if you like the community, if you want to know more about the community, or you can just give us a hand to the Comunitas working group, you can message me or Tam, and I hope to see everyone soon on that. With that, I will pass it on to Transparency.
Thanks, Edu. Yeah, on Transparency, we're working on the... Yeah, we meet bi-weekly every other Monday at 3 p.m. CET. And yeah, this week we were working on the treasury management. We put a forum post on the forum like some minutes ago, an hour ago, something like that. And yeah, in this forum post we're discussing like, before, what are we going to do with these funds? Like, let's first talk, how are we going to manage these funds? And yeah, there was been a little research, but the idea is to keep the discussion there. It's on the community place of the forum. I don't think it's advice process because yeah, it's just a debate. And yeah, also we have a issue, a new issue for new contributors. If you wanna participate on the Transparency working group, like, we would love to have someone like it's taking care of seeing how other other DAOs do their transparency best practices, and yeah, and do research on that and how to implement those on TC. And yeah, that's it. I'll pass it to Omega.
Hello. So we turned, thanks to so many things coming together, finally, we turned to weekly sessions. So now we're going to be meeting every Wednesday. And those sessions, or right now we have basically also a summary in the organizational working group we had yesterday. You can look into that. But basically those two initiatives have become very concrete. The Consilience initiative, it's like, how are we going to jump this TE knowledge together and then produce at the end this library that is going to be contributed openly, but also curated. So there's going to be working sessions on that more concretely. And the Token Engineering Ethics Initiative, it's not quite clear whether it got an end or whether what is the end product of it. But certainly we had our first focus group. We did an analysis on it, and at the end it really came out what practical solutions or what practical tidbits we can offer while we are participatorily researching this topic. And that's going to be first the series on decision-making frameworks and looking into their applicability on situations and ethical dilemmas we encounter in token economy design and participation. And secondly, we're going to coordinate further focus groups, second, third. So we have topics and what type of people, token engineers, new or established members, experienced members, that's going to be basically, that's going to need some working sessions as well. So this is on the table. I hope new people also join. Every time when someone new joins, we really get many more insights, and also it's really good that we see that there is convergence as well. So the next working group call will be on 6th October, next Wednesday, 8 p.m. CT. And Manu will already start this first session sharing about a framework called Capabilities Approach. And we're going to look how it's applicable on one or many situations that we have captured from focus group 1. And I would also definitely will point to, and maybe we can do this also in Comunitas. Edward, I will stalk you or follow up, definitely. It would also be super nice to connect with Metagame, since we're definitely aligned, and also their MyMeta profile their MyMeta, we could have a token engineering profiles there where we actually put all this insights about people's or what they want to share about their backgrounds and their knowledge, what they're contributing, their perspectives. That would be really nice to have such profiles that point to the diversity that the contributors in token engineering community at large have. Yes, so please join. Look forward to meeting the regulars and new participants. And with that, I give it to Token Engineering Commons Lab, Sean.
Thanks, Soul Sister. Good stuff. Hey everybody, yep, Tech Labs, there's lots going, so let's go over to the next slide there. So weekly syncs, Fridays, 9 a.m. PST in the server here. And Griff, is that your, yeah. Okay, so there's basically, we've got a calendar of events happening. These are all sort of drop-in labs. If you're interested in development, if you're interested in token engineering modeling, let's go through these. So there's the TEC Labs on Fridays, which right now is focusing on reward systems research. There's a lot of, this is sort of a complementary initiative to what the Academy is looking at, launching a research group on this. And then of course, the next one there is the Reward Systems Task Force, or the Praise Evolution Task Force, happening just 2 hours before the labs on Fridays. And this is more of a very focused development session on upgrading the praise mechanisms and systems that we have that we're running here in the TEC. So that's all happening on Fridays. We have DAO to DAO models workshops starting in the Prime DAO Discord server. This is kind of a spin-off of what we're working on in the labs here with the proposal inverter modeling. So those are starting next week, Wednesdays, 9 a.m. PST, 6 p.m. CEST. Make your way into the Prime DAO Discord server for that. We have Token Spice development workshops, really cool opportunities here. If you are a software engineer or if you have any software engineering buddies, make sure they find their way in here. It's really cool. Dr. Trent McConaughey shows up every Monday for an hour and teaches us how to do really good software engineering and data science. And we're building out sort of the next generation of token simulation framework and also automated trading system. It's pretty cool. So Next one, we have Block Science open office hours are happening Thursdays at 9 a.m. PST, 6 p.m. CEST. If you're interested in this, just send me a message and I'll get you on the calendar invite. And then finally, we have Longtail Financial open office hours hosted by Dr. Penland, known as Octopus. And those are really fun. They're just 30 minutes, drop in. It's philosophy and a little bit of tech discussion every Tuesday and Thursdays at noon PST. A little late if you're in Europe, but they're totally fun. Feel free to drop in anytime. Find your way to the Longtail Financial Discord server for that one. Just send me a message if you want to get an invite to that. So thanks, everyone. And I'll pass over to Chewy for comms.
Thanks, YGG. In the comms working group, we meet every Tuesday. Some of the later updates that we're having is we're going to start the creative onboarding. This is going to be like a special kind of onboarding, but just for creative, so that they can approach the Token Engineering Commons without assuming that they need to code or program or have a PhD. So if you're a creative, or if you know any more creatives, please send them our way, and we'll be glad to welcome them in the comms working group. David Analytics Corner, which is like an insight into our Twitter analytics, has been getting really serious, and it's starting to teach us a lot about the people that engage with us and that are following and interested in the TEC. That is every 2 weeks in the comms working group call, so make sure you check it out. We're also looking for a name for the TE Comms DAO, because TE Comms DAO sounds really bad. It could sound much better. So if you have any ideas, also feel free to jump into the comms working group call, and we are going to come up with something. Twitter Scrapping by Mount Manu is a research project that he's going to start pretty soon. So if you also have some experience in social media management, we need you. And a project called Social Fridays, that is a really cool DAO to DAO relationship idea, is also going to start taking shape. So yeah, make sure you stay in the loop with the comms working group. And I'll pass it to Griff with Params.
Thanks, Chewy. Yeah, so in Params, we meet every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, or 5 p.m. in Europe. It's kind of a weekly work sesh where we just get updates in sync. But the real fun is on Sundays, if you want to hang out, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, or 8 p.m. In Europe. If you really want to have fun, we sync for the first hour, and then we just put on music and hang out. It's a blast, and I really welcome everyone to join on Sundays if you can. But obviously, there's a lot of work that has gone into getting our Param stuff, our dashboard going. But I think we should. I'm just going to pass it to Vitor to take it away and show us the latest.
Hey guys, yeah, like regarding the parameters, the idea of this week was that we were having many different sections and modules, and then like me and again we did some things in the back end, so we can like finally get all the inputs and outputs for all the 4 modules, and then you can create one issue for that. So the idea was to integrate, and then now you can select your parameters and then click submit and show it off. I think Pedro, that's guy in the front end, I think he could show off. I think he was going to do that anyway. And yeah, I think you can just show off the front end, where you go there and create your parameters and generate your issue.
Hey guys, so just a moment, I will share my screen. Can you guys see it?
Yep, and just so you know, we only have about 2 or 3 minutes. So
okay, so I will jump directly to the important part. So here, as Vitor said, we have the dashboard with the configure where you.
Oh, can you guys see his screen? I can't see it. Can anyone else see the screen?
No.
I can't.
Oh man, come on. Trying again. It's working now?
Let's see.
No.
This is bad. My internet connection is not good today. Vitor, could you show them the new features that we implemented?
I can share too. I'm already sharing. Where is it?
Okay, so go directly to the configuration. So you can skip everything because we are showing that and we don't have time. So yeah, so you can click on submit proposal, and here we can fill all the information that we used and thought about to create the configurations. And at the bottom of this page, there's a place that, Griff, please, could you put any kind of title there? Now you can click submit, and in a moment we will appear a dialog, and you can click there, and then we create the issue on GitHub with all the content that you put it there. So all the parameters, the charts, the description, and everything. So now what this means, right? Now you guys can use the entire app because the flow of the information is already set. So you can go direct. You can go and start in the intro part.
And just one disclaimer that the graphs are not implemented yet, but we're on the way to do that as well. But like,
yeah, sorry guys, but now you guys can open the app on the intro part and go through all the learning modules and understand what is happening. Then you can go to the dashboard and insert the parameters that you want and create your issue with your economy. So it's all working now. We have to work in a few glitches and a little bit other features, but you guys can start testing and creating some issues and reporting some bugs to us.
Thank you so much, Pedro. And yeah, just a heads up, guys. You can all please feel free to dive in and actually start playing with it. You can actually start saving your parameter choices. Now, lots of things aren't working. This is very alpha. You're going to get in there. You're going to touch it. You're going to play. And you're like, that's not working. That's not working. Give us a week before you flip out about things, and then because we know so many bugs. But we're gonna fix those bugs and then but at least now if you want to start playing with the dashboard, you can effectively save your parameter choices on GitHub, so it's not a waste of time. And you can be one of the first people to actually start playing with the economic design for our $1.5 million commons. So you guys get to decide, you get to design the economy, get in there, have fun, play with it, and notice if anything's wrong. And if we don't fix it within a week, then give us the shout out. But Vitor, did you have any last thoughts? I'll take that as a no. So then, Common Swarm is the next round, last one. So we meet on Mondays in the OneHive Discord. The big news, obviously, Bright ID is out, so they've blazed a lot of trails for us. So you can check out that Bright ID Gardens that they have live and even participate in governance. But the big thing is that the first Hatch DAO vote is up that Tam mentioned. So we're a human-centered DAO. Some people lost their keys. We're gonna save them. We're gonna burn their tokens that are in the lost keys and then remint the tokens for them. It's the first Hatch DAO vote, but it's a little tricky because there's some major issues on XDAI and Aragon, and they're combining to the point where we have to just deploy our. Luckily, Aragon is very decentralized tech. We're able to deploy our own instance on IPFS and actually utilize that because Aragon's client upgraded and XDAI RPC issues, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, if you have any trouble voting, we only need 8% quorum, so it shouldn't be that hard to get. And it's not like the most critical vote. We have very strong consensus in it. But of course, we want to make sure that you're able to vote if you want to. You can click on this link, which is like this script that you have to run on your computer, basically, to get Aragon client to render properly. And then if you wait a little bit after you run that script, then you can click the voting link, and it should work out for you. And you can try that a couple of times, and then it'll work. Thank you, Chewy. Major praise to Sam and Chewy for putting that together. Okay, and with that, we have the Dream Team DAO. Umberto, please tell us about the Dream Team.
Hey, great. Thanks for having me, and it's very good that we are having this. Let me the window, please. That we are having this vote. I will try to run it tomorrow. And also, I already contributed to the box finding there. I hope that they work on the simulator. Well, the thing about the Dream Team, I don't have a presentation because it is very early, like the UBI Blockchain Alliance or UBI Blockchain Collective. We haven't defined the right name. Is a group that was formed organically since around 4 months ago or 5 months ago. And it was more like peer-to-peer close relations, like with or other organizations working with the same goal of ending poverty and giving a universal basic income to people. So we found out that most of the organizations there, we are having the same needs of having a fundraising team, the same needs for having a marketing team, for onboarding team, and stuff like that. So we decided to create cross-organizational groups to have one person from each organization in a two-pizza model to have people working on fundraising, for example. So the idea here is that exclusively on fundraising, for an example, is that together we will prioritize the projects that are common infrastructure, common needs for everybody. And then the people that are going to be the dream team of fundraising, then they will dedicate to find the resources for those projects. And so on for the marketing and others. And the idea behind this is that if there is one person from Circles, one person from Proof of Humanity, one person from the Commons Stack, and so on, so we will be able to understand better all the organizations and the backgrounds, the needs, and not just having like a, I don't know, mercenary working for us, but we are all understanding our backgrounds and understanding what we really need and what we really need to say. Well, so there are several working groups that we defined. And the first one is the coordination team, that is the one looking for creating the environment for cross organizations, creating these teams of cross organizations, making decisions as a collective, and becoming a managerless organization. So in here, we would really like or encourage the people from the Token Engineering Commons and the Commons Stack to jump into this coordination team, as will be the perfect case for applying the different governance tools and the different settings for creating our own economy for this collective that is creating an impact in local places all around the world. Then we have the growth team that is regarding marketing, publicity, public relations, social media management, storytelling, ethnography, and also cyber physical bridges that are going to connect people between DAOs and local communities, such as cooperatives. Then we have the hackathon team, because this is the first product of the UBI Blockchain Alliance. So this is something that tomorrow we will have our monthly call, and we will have this as the first point of the agenda to define the date, but most likely will be on February. And we have two people that are experts on hackathons. They have developed hackathons with NASA, with Microsoft, and in several parts of the world, including Europe and Latin America. So they are organizing the hackathon. And the idea is to have a hybrid hackathon where universities are local hubs, and then we connect with all the digital organizations so that we can map like all the organizations that exist, their services, and where do they operate, so that from the local space can say, oh, I will take the knowledge of the Commons Stack, and I will take the service of Kotani Pay in Africa to deploy this service here and now, and not just wandering around. And then
Nice.
we have the last two teams are the onboarding team and the fundraising team.
I want to give you a 30-second warning because we're at the top of the hour.
Okay, yeah. So these are the teams, and I will share you a document. I can share it on the Discord so that you can read about them and join an Airtable where we have all the information, and you can register there. And I will also encourage Stack and Token Engineering to register as members of the Alliance. This is something that we launch tomorrow. And well, that's it. You can contact me for more information.
Thank you so much, Humberto. I just got to say, like, the union of all these awesome crypto UBI projects is really beautiful to see. And I think it's one of the perfect use cases also for Commons. I would love to see a crypto UBI Commons come soon after this. And I feel like the DreamTeam DAO is like the beginning stages of that. It's kind of like the primordial of the TEC for the Token Engineering Commons. Just like we did our cultural build, I feel like this is the cultural build for a potential future economy around, creating crypto UBI. So, Humberto and I talked about this last month. So it's not a surprise to him that I'm saying this. But thank you guys for all listening to this for our community call. It's been a good one, of course. And Gravity is next in the Gravity room. Wonka, do you have anything to say about the next call?
Yeah, we will be having the NBC Book Club, and it will be in the DAO Book Club server. We will be reading the first chapter of the Nonviolent Communication book.
Nice. Where can people find a link to that server?
It's in general. In general, there's the PDF of the book and the Discord server link.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Wonka. And thank you everyone for staying with us the 2 minutes over. See you all next week.